Hey everybody, welcome back to 4StrokeHearts. We were gladly having a great time over a track experiences track day over in Spring Mountain Raceway, and I had a great opportunity to race against Anthony against his Ducati 848. We were both of us trying to chase some fast times, and we were down to 2 minutes 3 seconds, 558 or 578 or something like that, I think it was. But anyway, this was an absolute blast. So yeah, getting ready, minding my own business, getting ready to head out. This was a really wonderful session because temperatures were amazing, 70 degrees. I had a Dunlop 448, I think it is, medium compound in the back. I was practicing all Saturday, and then today, towards the penultimate last session, I think this was the last session actually for me, I decided to go, okay, heck, let's try to get the fastest lap possible. Thankfully, I had him as a marker. He was ahead of me as we were going to exit the pits right now, and I was going to push this time around. I really was ready. I really knew the track. I knew what I was going to do, and off we went. So gladly, luckily, B group was empty, and here we go. Love entering this corner in fifth gear. This corner is pretty nice to enter in fifth gear, down to fourth halfway through. And when you are flipping to the left, flipping to fifth gear is the best that I found for the current gearing ratio that I have. I wish I had one tooth more for this track. I think I'm rocking at 45. I wish I had a 46 in the rear. Love to open to the far right. It's one of the best things you can do in a small CC bike. And the bigger bikes, it's up to you. But I love carrying that speed from the right to the left. Here, we'll see a little later, the best thing to do is to go as far left to the right to the left as possible. Here, the trick is pin it, and downshift to the left, diving onto the left, and you'll see a little later. This uphill is base taken far right. There's a lot of real estate that you can use to maintain that momentum that will help you transition on the right side of the tire onto your right. A lot of folks tend to stay really flat. I love to navigate from the left side to the right side of the tire as much as I can for more contact patch grip, so when the tire deforms, it really grips me there. This was a tricky one. This one is one that you have to dive in, and as you come up, change gears to get ready to open. So it's a lot of like body movement whilst braking, whilst downshifting and getting ready to let go of the brake and accelerate. So it's a lot of like physical movements. This one is the trickiest of them all, and this is what I get everybody. This is what I gain a lot of time against the 1600s. A lot of people brake early, enter and exit. I brake into it and then roll out of it. You'll see. Love this little right sweeper. Tricky in the mornings, really cold, and the back goes out. The front also tends to slide in this little uphill. But anyway, here we go. Chasing him out. First corner. Let's see what happens. Love using this little strip at the left as much as I can. And then fifth gear, fourth, kiss on the brakes, and open. Open and hold it, try to lean your body, try to lift the bike as much as I can. It's off camber a little bit, so it's tricky. This one is in camber, but it's a longer, tighter corner. So you gotta come in, leave space out, and then come right back in, which is very tricky. It's like a 270-degree turn. Use as far right as you can if you're on a 300, 400 cc. Fifth gear, down to third. And then a quick dive, try to shorten the feet between the two. I actually overshot this one. I sucked on that one. Anyway, keep going, down the hill, then kiss on the brakes, open a little more, and kiss down to third and left. He was running away from me. It was so hard to keep up with him because as soon as he got a little bit of a straight, if I didn't get him by this corner, it was a wrap. It was an absolute wrap. And I couldn't get him over here, so it's like, at some point I lost hope at the beginning of the session. I was like, I'm never gonna get to him. As soon as you catch it downhill, see you later, alligator. There was a marker up front, there was traffic, so it's like, okay, maybe with traffic he'll slow down. But he really didn't, and I had to like dive really late to try to get to that, so I opened really late over here. Oh, sucked. As soon as he took the straight, like if you see on the video, he's almost gone. Like, he's like a little speck disappearing in the over there. But here's where I catch. Don't break anywhere else, but here in the entering, let go and open early and cut, dive in. This is the areas where I could catch him. Under that braking, under this right sweeper, and then flip into the left. To me, this is called free speed. How can you break the least, cut, coast, and dive? Open that bike. This is the chance for me to catch him. There was traffic there, so it's like, I couldn't go from far left into the right. I had to dive into the inside as quick as I could. This track is super abrasive on the tires. It really destroyed my tires from, like, it was a brand new tire and it was gone by the end of the weekend. In it comes. This is where I can get him. On the left-hand side, I can carry so much more speed on the corners. He's got to tuck in the knee and dive him farther deep in. But, yeah. There you go, diving into it. Opening as quickly as I can, as smooth as I can, so that the rear's not upset. Luckily, I have really low engine power there. Diving deeper on the brakes. This is where I would catch him. And if I didn't catch him by this next corner, he'd be gone again. So couldn't do it. I stayed behind. I tried to trace a shorter path to catch him, which I shortened, but on the straights, see ya. Damn, that Ducati's got torque. I used to own one of those 12 years ago. Loved it. Here in this little braking area, I could dive in and get closer, but the straight was gonna come, and that straight was, see you later. God, I was pushing. I was pretty exhausted at that point. My fingers are back on, by the way. You know, I broke my fingers a while back, and they are working more or less okay. Love diving into this. And open as quick as you can and go over these things and try to get that tire from side to side, never in the middle. Always try to get it from side to side so you can slide. You can get more contact patch in this turn. If you dive in with the bike straight, it'll go from a tiny patch to a bigger patch, but if you already have it on its side, the carcass will be deformed. Trying to tuck in, trying to maximize that. See, I never hit the top of 6th or 5th. I could have easily used an extra tooth or 2 in this track. Instead of having a 44, have a 45 or a 46. Here, the 5th gear, it's like bogging down. If I had an extra tooth, it would just drive me fast enough. But anyway, this was promising. I was right up his butt. That's all I needed to get as close as possible. And I was gonna die, but it's like, yeah, I know. It was scary. But if I have him at this distance, I can strike at some point. He knows how to exit this one hard too. See, he was open and wide. Before he was being tight and I could go around the outside, but not anymore. He's catching more and more and more speed now. I was gonna dive in. Never mind. Come on. Wow. He escaped in this session, so I was like, dang, gotta do it all over again. But, surprise! A block for nothing, to be honest, because he's gonna grab this straight and disappear. I must say he was kind at some point, because he does something pretty cool to study where I was. He actually lets me into this section to study, which I think this is how he got a little faster. Nice. I'm glad that he decided to let me pass, because he could study like the areas where he was slower, and he successfully did. He was able to pull exactly the same time as I did. Fifth, down a 4th, dive in. In this particular lap, I felt the the rear go. The tires are actually a little toast by now. I love flicking to 5th gear. It drives me farther out, but I need the power and I don't have it. Whoa. But I love 5th gear though. It sets me up for this. Is he behind? He is over there. He's right behind somewhere. I can't see it, but somewhere. Let's go. Markers and more markers. See how he's taking the line tight? That's how he used to take it. I used to dive in here, but he opened up, so he knows how to block now. Diving in. Popping a little wheelie. Two gears down. That was a complicated section, man. It's like boom, ba ba, and down and right. I think he's right there. Oh man, I was pushing so hard because I was expecting him to just fly by. I was waiting for him to just do the flyby, but he stayed there. See how quickly I can catch these guys in that section. They brake so early. He held me back just a hair because I had to change lines. See, I switched to the inside line and then I had to block it tight. Wow, I love how the KTM pulls. 4th, I entered tight to try to block because I thought he was going to come from that lane. It's like, let me just block the inside. I love how 5th gear holds in this ball. Open. This made me lose a little bit of time because I had to come in the inside line. So instead of diving outside in, I had to go inside in. Hold, lift, and open again, and brake, and open again. Spring Mountain is amazing. The elevation changes that are happening right here. We're going up a hill. Are fantastic. Seriously, guys, if you want to learn how to go fast, get yourself a 400. Jump on an R6 later, but until you have maxed out a 400, trust me, it's no point. Spend a whole season on a 400 and then jump back in your 600 and watch how much faster you are after that. I think he was right up there. He was right behind me. And he's going to pass on the straight, of course. But I think it was the end of the... Is it the end of the track? Is it the... No, it's not. One more lap. I love when people pass. I just got to do this. Silly. Heartbreak Hotel. This section is so tricky because it's uphill to the left, so you can lose the back so easy. In the morning, you can feel it. Wow, pushing. He's still behind. He's somewhere there, studying. Closing the inside line again so I can open a little bit and then push it back in. See, I open up and then I come back in again. As soon as I see the rumble strip, flick it to 5th on the twist. A big open of the throttle and up the hill we go. I try to open as early as I can so the bike starts drifting to the far right. And that's how you do Spring Mountain. I love this entry part. I cut it tight. Ed would tell me to open up and come inside, but in these little bikes you can get away with some silly lines. Ed was with us today as well, and he was doing amazing. It's his first time in Spring Mountain. He was doing ridiculous times already. Pushing up the hill and dive deep in early and open early so I can go far left. By the way, that patch has more grip than the other areas. People get scared of the patch, but you get grip. Oh, look at him. He went through. I'm so proud. Fantastic, bro. Congratulations. He passed me in the slow parts, which is fantastic. This is my point. And look, he learned how to block and dive into the slow parts. This is the most beautiful thing. He managed to figure out where he was slow in the slow parts. And once he did, the fast parts are easy. But I'm so proud of him. Really well done, bro. Well done. And that's my point. Jump on the 400s, figure all your slow parts, and then do it on the on the big bike. I was super happy because we did the 203s. I was chasing the 203s for the longest. So happy. See you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed the review of the lap and how Spring Mountain is ridden. And you guys join another one with Track Experience. They're the only ones that do track days in Spring Mountain Raceway. Nobody else in SoCal does that. Only they are the ones that have the ability to host over here. So go to the website, join them, buy your tickets for next year, and get ready. Peace.